back with yet another badass video for you, and I'm excited not so much for the video, but what's for at the end of this video. Wait, hell, can I tell him now? Can I tell him?
Yeah.
I can?
As long as you're excited for the video, then.
I'm excited for the video, but I'm more excited for this. Can I tell him?
Yep.
The new series is up. You can go order your Speed Money, No Brakes t-shirts collection right now. Get on the website, click, 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 Strad, order 1, 2, there's 3, it's a collection. You can figure out which one I picked, and let's see if that one wins. Make sure you get over there and order one of these now. Just get over there. Where? Here? There? I don't give a shit where it is, Jordan. It's here. It's right here. Go over here. Click it. Bam, bam, bam. Get on that right now and go get your Speed Money No Break shirt. It is finally here. Go get it. I'm excited. Did you order me one?
Yes.
Good. That's a hesitation, so that's a no. But you'll get it done right now. Get one of your guys on it. Get Bob on it. Bob! Get me a t-shirt. All right. Bob's the best guy we got. He's the best cameraman. Bob's spot on. Wait till you guys see Bob sometime. We'll bring him in one of these times. But yes, back to this video right here. Jordan wants to decide about this video because people wanted it and we're gonna give it to you. Here we go. It is the, if I'm going to buy my used outboard, what do I need to look for? Right, Jackson? Jordan? Everybody? Is that right? If you're going to look for a used outboard, what are you looking for? No. You are? Smart man. I like this guy. Yeah, perfect. I like it. I like what he's saying. That's on here. That made the list. We're going that way. That's what it's about. You're going, because we did one on boats, right, Jordan? Yeah. Now we're doing one on outboards. And we're not just going to do big horsepower. We're doing smaller horsepower because we're getting the bash that we're just looking out for the high-end people. Right, Jordan? Right. We're not. We're looking out for everybody, but we just want you to be informed. Here we go. All right. Bingo. Here we go. We ready? What do you want me to do here? You want me just to go through these motors? You want me to start somewhere, or you just want me to go through this list that you got here?
Start at the list. Just start with, in general, 2-stroke and then 4-stroke. If you're going to get it at a dealer, go through there and then go through private party.
All right, I got you. All right, so first things first. Let's say we're buying private party. All right, we're buying a private party. Are we just buying the outboard? We're not buying a boat, right? Just the outboard? Or are we buying the whole damn setup?
Whole damn setup.
Whole damn setup. All right, so we're buying, let's say I'm buying a 20-foot bass boat and it's got a 225 or a 250 Pro XS 2-stroke on it, and I want to get this thing. How do I know what to look for? Is that what we're going at? We're not, the boat's like, here, we're not worried about this part right now. We're just worried about the mill. We're talking about the mill. Gotcha. All right. So what you want to do, we're buying from a private party. First things first, we want to make sure if you're just looking at it, all right, obviously a water test is crucial. We got to make sure a water test. Outside of that, always inspect like lower units, skag, prop. What conditions prop in? What's conditions the skag in? Maybe pull the prop, see if we got twisted splines, bent prop shaft, give it a quick spin. Those things are just what you can observe. Look for leaking, oil leaking down, cavitation, or around the exhaust housing. Check for that kind of stuff. Ask questions. Do you have records? Do you have documentation? Did you do anything? Here's the biggest thing about outboards. Outboards, I think I had said this to Jordan, outboards are like Maseratis and Mercedes, and we want records. If you have records of what you've documented and what you've done, because they really are, whether you like it or not. Every outboard company, every outboard you buy is expensive. It's just the way it is. And they don't really have an entry level no more. Everything's expensive. You know, even the used has gone up in price. Everything's gone up. So you really want to find somebody, and you're not going to find many people, I guarantee it, that have really documentation of everything they've done. But if you find somebody that has some documentation, it's better than none. Then, after we do that, you can't really do like on an Optimax much inspection yourself unless you really know what you're going at. I don't expect you to pull the cowling and take a look at it, but you can pull the cowling. Pull the cowling, make sure the flywheel's not all chewed up. Make sure the Bendex on the starter is not there. Grab the starter, make sure it doesn't flop around. Just some simple things like that. Look for water leakage. So you get that hard water stains going down. Wonder what this is. And then by the time you're done, you want to take it to a service shop. Not necessarily a Merc dealer, not necessarily a Yamaha dealer, just a good, reputable service shop that'll give you an honest review on the motor, on the outboard. Because you can't just expect Jim to give you what he's done and been, yeah, it's a great runner. Yeah, of course they are. He's trying to sell it. Of course it's a great runner. It may run great, but that doesn't mean something's not underlying. Maybe if we can plug it in, it's got 900 hours. Well, do we have a compressor done? What condition do our injectors in? Have we had any flow tests done? Any filters changes? Any fuel pumps changed over the years? Or is it just got 800, it's been a great runner, never had a problem? Guess what? You just bought a problem, because that stuff's going to come to head, it's going to come to circle. You're going to end up with all these problems. So a compressor, probably injectors. Compressor goes, injectors got to get cleaned. Injectors get cleaned, rails got to get taken off. Rails get cleaned, everything gets put back together. Thousands of dollars of stuff there. All right, so when it's going like 2-stroke Pro XS, get it to a service shop. That's all I can say. Give it to a reputable service shop. Make sure they check it out for you. If there's no documentation of anything being done to the outboard, make sure that you get it somewhere. Make sure they check everything. When you take it in, say, this is an inspection, but I want to buy this boat. I'm not necessarily, I am worried about the boat. Let's check that over, but get me a bill of health, top to bottom, on that outboard. What do I got to look forward to? Because it may not make you not buy it. You just need to know that it's never had a compressor. I'm gonna be on the road for $1,000 on a compressor, $950 on a compressor someday. Then I know I gotta get my injectors cleaned, all that stuff. You gotta go through that stuff. And you gotta find that reputable service shop. So that's that outboard. Now let's flip it. Let's say we're buying a smaller boat to a 4-stroke, right? Another huge deal. Service records, service records, service records. Was it winterized? Up here we winterize. I don't know what you guys do down south, but we winterize. Winterize is putting them up for the winter. They're gonna be down for 3 months, maybe 4. They gotta be serviced and be able to put to sleep. We gotta make sure we're running the right fuel systems through them, or fuel additives through them for the fuel systems. Gotta make sure the gear oil's been changed. If we don't change the gear oil, we got water in it, we got a froze case, you know what I mean? You gotta make sure all that stuff's been done. If they don't have documentation of that, boom, get that thing to a service shop. Make sure that that gear oil's checked. Make sure that that thing's pressurized. Make sure that that compression test, that leak down test has been done. Make sure all that stuff has been done, and make sure that you get some documentation on it. Check the belts, check everything. Have them pull the spark plugs, make them take a look at it. You're paying for it. Obviously, most of the time the seller doesn't pay for it, the buyer ends up paying for it. So it's worth your money. It's worth your 110 or whatever it may be, 150. I don't know how much it's gonna cost. It's gonna save you in the long run. You may have some bargaining things then, you know what I mean? Hey, I got this documentation. You know, Jordan, here, this is what I got for you. This thing is gonna need some injector cleaning or la-di-da-di-da, this, that, and the other. It's gonna be about this much. I can say today it's gonna get you on the lake, you're gonna go fishing, but in months to come, we're gonna have this kind of stuff possibly happen. Gives you some area to be like, hey, you know, this is what I got. You know, can I get $1,000 off? The guy says no, well then that's your decision, you know, it's your choice. Do I want to, I still like everything about the boat, I love everything it's doing, that's what I want to do. Then that's your decision, but at least you have knowledge of what's going on. And it gives you that knowledge of each outboard of what you're dealing with, you know. And ask your dealer, do you see anything with these things? You know, is there gear case leaks? Is there, you know, do we have anything else that goes on? Do we have injector drops? Do we have any of that weird stuff that happens with these outboards? Are they compressors go take a shit? What do we have? What's going on? That's what we need to know. And that just gives you that little bit of knowledge to say, I got a little bit of upper hand. Maybe you know a lot about it. Maybe you've had one. You're just trying to get a bigger, you know, this, that, and the other. All right, so that's a 2-stroke, 4-stroke. Now if we go big 4-stroke, big horsepower, big 4-stroke, now we're talking probably some warranty things. Maybe that'll give you some documentation to pull that warranty stuff. What's been done under warranty, la-di-da-di-da, all that stuff. It's not as crucial, I don't think, in the big spectrum of buying big horsepower, unless you're just out of warranty. Then we gotta see, there should be some service records. You still should be able to pull docs from Yamaha, Suzuki, and Mercury to get that backbone to know what has been done during warranty. I mean, you should be able to get that when it comes to big horsepower, close to warranty, and that's small horsepower too. You should be able to get that stuff. The other thing that you can do when you're there to buying from individuals, just a visual inspection like we talked about. You pull the cowling off and Mickey is in there with Minnie making a bunch of mini Mickeys. That's not good, okay? That's a no, hell no, I'm not doing that. So the visual inspection, we don't need Mises making mini Mises inside your motor. That's bad, okay? That means they've made a nest, they've lived there, they're probably in the boat, they go down the rigging tube, they have this great traveling corridor, they piss on everything, they'll shit on everything, they will eat your wires, it'll be bad. Big no. Mice? No, gotta go. Negative. All right, you don't want any of that crap. Inspect the wiring visually. Make sure there's no chafing, no crusting, no bad shit going on. We gotta make sure all that's in good shape. Like we said, and when we get a test drive on these, if you're buying, even if you're buying from a dealer, if the dealer won't let you drive it, then you don't want to buy it. I want to drive it, and I want to drive it at low. I want to idle it. I want to can it. I want to mid-range it. I want to low lug it. I want to make sure that it performs at every level. That's what I want to be able to do. So that's stuff you can do on a personal and on a dealer side of things. If they won't let you drive, something's wrong. It's plain and simple. You know, if I'm going to go buy a vehicle, if the dealer says he's going to take me on a test drive, like he's taking me on a test drive, f off, I'm not buying it. That's just the way it is. If I'm buying a boat and I can't go test drive it, No, I'm not doing that shit. That's not gonna happen. Make sure you get that. Make your point. I wanna drive this thing. Maybe you've never driven one, okay? John, drive me around here, and then I'm gonna go drive it and tell me how I'm doing. Okay, don't be scared of that, because that's the biggest thing in boating. Don't be afraid to go try it. You gotta go try it, you gotta go use it, because you're gonna be using it anyway. Sooner or later, you're gonna run it into a wing dam or a log or something, so you might as well just go use it and drive it around on the lake that's 30 feet deep in the middle. Just make sure no one's in the way and just learn, you know, because if you're buying from a dealer or even an individual, they'll probably give you some pointers on how to drive the boat. This is what I do, this is what I've been doing, right, wrong, or not, but at least somebody that's owned the boat is there to give you them pointers. That's another thing. I think outside of that, when it comes to both deals, you know, we always want to know if there's fuel leaks, if there's good compression. Make sure the reeds on a two-stroke are always inspected, especially on them opti-pops that go pop, 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 doesn't idle good. And sometimes it's good to bring along your buddy that does more boating than you and be like, hey, does this sound right? Because you may not know. You know, somebody might be pulling some. How many did we have this week that came in and they were running on 2 and should have been 3, just bought it, everything's been fine. It just, sometimes people don't know. It's good to bring somebody along that's like, I know what's going on here. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound right. We better take that in. But that goes back to getting it back to a dealer, getting it back to a service shop, making somebody that knows what's going on. Basically, my biggest thing when it comes to buying a used outboard, don't buy it on a whim. Take your time, make sure you're getting it inspected, because if you just go buy these things, I mean, these things did get the nickname boat, break out another 1,000, or bankruptcy on a trailer. There's a reason for that, okay? Get them inspected. You don't have to buy every one you see. There's always more boats, okay? There's always more boats. Take your time, make the right decision, especially if it's a family purchase. Worst thing that can happen is you get old, your girlfriend, wife, I don't care, fiance, whatever, in there, and miraculously you got a kid, and you get out boating, and you get 300 yards off the shore, and the son of a breaks. And now it's... And then you know what happens. If you got Peggy out with you, Peggy's at you, you're back at Peggy, your new kid's crying in between you, everything's gone to hell, and bankruptcy on a trailer has begun because you just financed the shit out of that thing, and now it's garbage. Did I get my point across? Thank you. And that's life stories in boating. That's what I'm saying. Make sure you make the right decision when you're going and looking, and you're gonna make that big purchase. Whether it's, I don't give a shit, $1,200 or it's $128,000. Make sure you're doing the right thing and you're getting them points across. Got it? That's my big thing, all right? Because Peggy, Andy, Billy, Tommy, I don't care what's going on here. When that starts to be happening and middle starts to cry, that's the end of the boat. The boat's going away. It's going away. It's gonna happen. Either that or the big D's happening. I'm keeping the boat. Well, I'm getting rid of you and the boat then, and I'm keeping little Timmy, and by the way, I'm taking a pecker payment on the way. Is that gonna make the video, the pecker payment thing?
We'll believe it.
Yeah, I love it, I love it, I love it. Good, good, good. But that's what's gonna happen. So make it a right decision, people. That's basically what I'm saying. Make sure these things get inspected. Take your time, buy the right motor. Do you want me to go through any individual motors?
Go through some of them. Things to look for.
Things to look for on like the E-Techs. Should we talk Evinrude?
We talk Evinrude.
For what reason?
There's
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there. Everybody likes their Evinrude. Old Oli still got her going on. That's great. E-Tech. E-Tech is the #1 right now. I'm sorry to say, I get calls all the time. Hey, I'm looking at this V-bottom and it's got an E-Tech on it. Stop, don't buy it. That's what I say. Parts are going away, harder to get. A lot of the stuff is coming to age, I call it. So they get a window, they come of age, and you end up, these parts aren't gonna be available, and or there's service shops that just flat out aren't working on them. Like I don't work on E-Techs. I mean, we get calls all the time. Fix? Nope, doesn't happen. I mean, we get calls all the time. I'm not working on them. We're not working. Can you work on my stuff? You know, this shop won't work on it, that shop won't work on it. So that's gotta be across the country. There's just, the E-Tech is going to be the #1 no at this point. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it's gonna be. There, I got that out of my set. Yamaha Mercury 40, 50, 60. 4 strokes we're talking here, 4 strokes. Newer, older, we talking like mid 2000s, 2008, 9, somewhere in that ballpark. If we're going to look at them, obviously we get the gear case checked over, make sure pressure test is done, make sure gear oil looks good. #2, compression leak down test, make sure those are taken care of. Belt inspection, all that stuff, make sure runnability's there. And obviously a diagnostic report if you could get one. Makes things a lot better. And if the guy's got a bunch of records. It's gonna make life easier on them motors, and those are all pretty much the same. The Mercury 150 through 250 Pro XS 2-strokes, that's what I talked about right away. That's basically same style stuff. If we're not taking it to a dealer, we gotta get a visual inspection of the motor. Make sure there's no hard water stains where we got water leakage, you know. Make sure it starts, runs, idles on all 6 of those cylinders. Make sure all there are 4, whatever we're doing. Make sure that we don't have broken reeds. Make sure there's no drooling. I mean, those are very well known to be a drooler, right? They puddle oil in the cowling, you know. There's gonna be some oil leakage. Where's that coming from? Why is that? That the plenum? Are we missing a bolt? Are we got a plenum gasket out? What's going on there? Why is that oil settling down in there? Make sure that stuff's happening. Belt inspection, make sure the belt inspection. And then the big questions, the compressors. Has it been replaced? You know, the 150s had the stupid mounted one in the back where the stud broke and the fucking compressor piled into the top of the engine and made a mess. Make sure that shit hasn't happened. If it has, was it fixed correctly with the update? Those types of things, all right? And then, like I said, the lower unit inspection. Make sure the prop's in decent shape. Props are expensive. You know, they're expensive now. Make sure the gear cases look good. It's not like, has it ever been broke? Yeah, Skag was broke. If the guy's honest, yeah, Skag was broke. I had a service shop fix it. They welded it up. It's all good. Those types of things. Any other outboards you want me to talk about while I'm sitting here? What was that? Did something just spark?
Nope, I was putting my pen in my clipboard.
Okay, sounds good. Sound like a spark arc. I didn't even want to turn around.
Any things to look at when you're getting a Honda or a Suzuki?
Yeah, I mean, there's oil changes, regular oil changes on all the 4-strokes. Make sure we got regular maintenance, regular oil changes. And then, of course, if you're getting one under or close to or just out of warranty, get the records. Was there anything done to this thing under warranty? Hondas and Suzuki are great outboards. They don't have a lot of problems. You know, it's just the nature of them. That's just how they are. But, I mean, obviously, if there was a problem, was it fixed? So, yeah.
Service recalls or
yeah,
CBMs? Or?
Yeah, there could be some service recalls, but all that should have been taken care of. You know, it all should be going. And, you know, if there's an active one, maybe hopefully you get in on it, that type of stuff. I don't think there's any issues when it comes to that stuff. But people are pretty up to date on that. All right, here's the deal. If I'm buying an outboard, it goes to a service shop. It comes back clean bill of health. I'm automatically changing the impeller. I'm just telling them to change the water pump impeller because that way I know. Change the oil if it's a 4-stroke. That way I know. Maybe put new spark plugs in because then you're getting a clean slate. You know that impeller's been changed, that oil's been changed, the filters have been changed, and the spark plugs have been changed. You're getting what you know as a clean bill of health on this engine. And that's a huge deal. You're starting fresh. So you can do these regular maintenance. You can start your own maintenance records. I bought it from John Smith that in the year 2023. I've had it for 6 years. These are my maintenance records. He didn't have any. That's huge. That's huge. That's resale. That's important to me. So that's what I would do if I'd had it in and it came back clean bill of health. Even if it didn't, I'd say fix this stuff. Get me some service records. I want to start it. Some shops have computers, obviously. They have logs. They do all that stuff. Some just maybe can make you a folder and just say, hey, I'm going to use you religiously. Is there a way I can have a folder here? That type of stuff. So it'd be huge for me to have a starting point. So I would start at ground zero with an impeller, with all filters, oil change, gear oil change, spark plugs, and just start brand new. That's the best way to go. That's it. That's all I got for you. Is that it? I'm done?
Yep.
I can go home?
Yep.
For the day?
Yep.
That's epic. All right, that's it. Team Talk's over. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm super excited. You know why. Click. Is it up here still? Or did it go away?
It went away.
Why did it go away? Can it come back right now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's back. There it is. Make sure you click on it. Get over there. Get yourself some of that stuff. I'm excited about it. I want to see which one wins because I know which one I'm going to pick because Jordan just ordered it for me. Or Bob. Was it Bob? Bob ordered it for me, which is important. After that, all I know is enjoy your weekend. I hope you have a great one. I'm going to coach basketball once again. So I hope you have a great Friday. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, you want more of this, comment. Besides that, comment on this video. Maybe you bought a motor. Maybe you went and did all this stuff. Maybe it went to okay? Hopefully you didn't get the Peggy kid person deal going on. If you had that, that's cool too. You can talk about that because people want to know about that stuff too. Hopefully you didn't get the big D from your boat. Hopefully you didn't get bankruptcy from your boat. Hopefully you're not breaking out another 1,000 from your boat, but that happens. So as always, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell to witness the madness that I hope everybody is soon to say and maybe wearing. Speed, money, no brakes. I am out. See ya.